This is Brendan at the New York Auto Show. I'm here with Davis, and we're going to talk about the fabulous new Type R Civic.
This is a huge deal for us. You know, we have a huge enthusiast following who's been asking for this car for multiple generations now, so we're excited to have it. This is powered by our 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now, it's built in Ohio, the engine is, but the car itself is built in Swindon in the UK. So you're looking at a 306 horsepower Civic right here, which is wild considering that the next most powerful Civic is right at 205.
It's amazing, yeah, and we've been one of the people that's been clamoring to get a hold of this car here in the States. Yeah. And what really made you decide to bring it over? I mean, has it just been the consumer demand? Has it been because Ford decided to bring their Focus RS?
It's less about our competitors. You know, ultimately, you know, We've had big plans to bring performance cars for a while now, and as you know, the economy went through a recession, so we kind of got a little bit conservative there for a little while, making sure we were taking care of our house, you know. And then once we got comfortable again, we said let's bring out all the fun stuff. So we have with the new Civic, as you know, just the 10th generation Civic is the sportiest Civic we've ever had. It's a lot of fun. It's the first Civic we've had that's turbocharged here in the U.S. And then when you add to it the fact that we were going to bring a new SI. Like, why not try the Type R in the American market? We've had people asking for a long time, so here it is. You know, we wanted to make sure that we were capstoning the sportiest Civic ever with the sportiest Civic we have.
Before we start talking about the specifics on the car, sure. Is it for sale now? Have people placed their orders? Where are you guys at?
It goes on sale in about 2 months, so it'll go on sale in June. So we are just ahead of taking pre-orders. I'm sure there are some dealers who may be open-minded to holding deposits and that kind of thing, but it is not officially up for sale just yet. The media program, you'll start seeing reviews on it and that kind of stuff in early June probably.
And what are we talking about base price-wise?
Mid-30s. So it only, as it stands right now, it only comes in one trim. It's loaded. That's just the way it goes. So we're talking about kind of mid-30s there, and it won't go any higher than that.
And production volume?
Not announced just yet. We think we're going to do a short year for 2017, and then of course it'll increase from there as we go into a full model year for 2018.
Now walk us through what we're looking at as far as aerodynamics. I see some excellent looking brakes here. Let's go through the performance on this car. Maybe we can start walking around and you can tell us more about it.
So, I mean, ultimately you're going to start with an engine, right? So the engine, like I said before, is our 2-liter. Now this is a VTEC engine. It's 306 horsepower. It is turbocharged, of course, and then really about 295 pound-feet of torque. It would not be a Type R if it didn't have the red engine cap for us. You know, next thing is you're going to look at brakes and tires and wheels and that kind of stuff. So for the brakes, you saw the Brembos on the side, and they are cross-drilled and vented. And then for the wheels, we have 20s, which are they're huge. It's the biggest wheel we've ever put on a Civic. It's actually the biggest wheel we've ever put on a sedan in the U.S.
Wow.
For the Honda brand. You know, we have a couple SUVs that have them as well. And then you're looking at you know, sticky tires, things that are built for the track. And then really the aero work on the car, you know, you see lower valences and that kind of stuff that are there for downforce. And really, and you know, this is kind of it wouldn't be a Type R without a giant wing.
Yeah. You've got winglets down here.
That are venting actually to cool the brakes. And actually there are active brake vents here too. So this is all these tunnels actually move air back to the wheel itself, so that you are keeping the brakes as cool as possible. Same thing back here on the back of the car. When we close this bad boy, obviously there's a practicality of a hatchback, which is awesome because it's actually a very spacious car.
Well, you know, if you want to bring a second set of wheels to the track or
totally.
Change your brake pads, you can fit everything you need in here.
Civic hatchback is super practical.
So up here we've got these diffusers, and these are intended to help with the airflow through here, correct?
Yeah, exactly that. They're vortexers, so they distort the wind to actually push it against the high wing.
And then down below you've got a diffuser that handles the air coming under the car.
Exactly that.
Air vents, it looks like it's for what's going into the wheel wells or maybe under. Are there any vents on this car that are not functional?
No, I mean we are a very practical company. You know, like when we do things, you know, things might look wild, but they look wild for a reason for us. And ultimately, you can even see the vents here in the back that are filtering air out of the wheel wells and back against the side of the car again. This is ultimately intended to just make the car go faster. It's not necessarily for style, although it does look crazy and cool because of it. Ultimately, this is about peak performance.
Yeah, it's our opinion that there's nothing worse than a fake hood vent, side vent, anything vent.
And everything breathes.
Now, it's front-wheel drive, and it has a lot of power. So what did you guys do to eliminate the torque steer problem?
Yeah, so we haven't quite given out the tech specs on it, but I will tell you there's a dual knuckle system in there that actually eliminates a significant amount of any kind of wheel spin or wheel steer that you would have. It's very stable. Yeah.
And have you guys timed this thing on the Nurburgring?
We have, and we'll tell you about it soon.
Soon, okay.
Yeah.
You've got the standard rear vented brakes, you've got cross-drilled fronts, and sitting on Continental tires. How much tire development went into this car?
You know, it's funny because there are not a lot of companies that are building tires for this size wheel at this point in time. So it was our partnership with Continental was absolutely one that focused on this car specifically. You know, you may be able to find for other companies, you may be able to find other things for the Type R in the future, but for now we're really happy with the Sport Contact 6.
And I noticed that the seats are very well bolstered.
It's awesome.
It is. So in the interior is very, very nice. But one thing that isn't readily available to people as they look at this car, those are really light doors. Did you guys do any weight savings, or is that just standard in the Civic?
Even the hood itself is made of aluminum, so it's the car is significantly lighter than the car that it replaces. It's also lighter weight than than most of the cars that you're looking at in the segment. And then when you're talking about the interior of the car, there's not really a lot of decontenting that's happened there. You know, we don't have a sunroof, and that's a weight savings, especially for something that's heavy at the top of the car in terms of a high center of gravity. But for the most part, we wanted Civic Type R to still be a very livable car that you could use on a daily basis. So you still have Apple CarPlay, you still have Android Auto, you still have a digital dash. Those things are all still there. So it's a car that it's not a single purpose vehicle. It has a comfort mode. You know, like you can the suspension is tunable, adjustable, so you can go to Sport and Type R modes, or you can go down to Comfort and just drive it to work if you want to.
Does that change the dampening on the shocks at all?
It does.
Amazing, okay.
Yeah.
And on behalf of every car guy in the world, I would like to thank you for putting a stick shift in the car with a proper clutch.
We are saving the manuals, my friend. We are introducing, as the market shrinks for them, we're introducing more of them.
Awesome.
So we'll just own more of the market share.
Another reason to buy Honda and buy this car,
sure.
And a few others that are out there that are attempting to save the manual because they need to be saved. Davis, thanks so much for spending some time with Sons of Speed. I appreciate it. And this has been a fantastic walk around the new Civic R, first time in America. We're really stoked to get this car and see what it can do, get it out on a racetrack, and have some fun with it. From the New York Auto Show, this is Brendan Appel with Sons of Speed.